Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about how the digital Chinese renminbi or Chinese yuan can affect the price of Bitcoin. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming videos that could be time sensitive. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, and Patreon as well. So for my Patreon member, I have just posted a video, the next Tesos, and for my Crypto Die Master Patreon, I have created 2 bonus video. If you are interested to watch the bonus video, coronavirus animate, and which gold and silver coin has high resale value, you can upgrade to the Crypto Die Master Patreon group. So you can check it out. So let's talk about, let's talk about the renminbi, the digital yuan. So basically, they're talking about they're going to replace the digital yuan can replace cash. So this is basically the plan for the Chinese Communist Party to control the 1.4 billion population in terms of their buying habit, capital outflow, and as well as they want to control the inflation using the digital Chinese yuan. And because of the trade war, as well as the coronavirus pandemic, basically after this pandemic does get settled or whatever, and the US and the European country probably will, even though right now they already asked for some type of compensation or reparations from China, because all these things is start from China to begin with, right? And even though, even though these things they probably have some type of information, intelligence, US intelligence probably know these things probably back in November or even December, maybe the end of November or December or even earlier. They have, they have so much time to prepare, and yet they fail to prepare, unfortunately. And because of the US, the election year coming up, so they're going to put all this blame to China. So they will shift the focus to target the enemy to China, and this is what they're going to do. And eventually, China will get isolated from the rest of the world. And of course, foreign companies is going to move the production line out of China. They'll move it to probably to Vietnam, to Malaysia, to Thailand, and even the Japanese government give money to the Japanese enterprise to move their facility out of China as well. And because of the lockdown and everything, and the demand for the cheap Chinese product has been declined. And there's a lot of factory worker in China basically lost their jobs. And there will be probably social unrest eventually if the Chinese government fail to take control of everything, right? So, but the thing is, right now, looks like a lot of small business fail, and it looks like the government cannot save every single small business, and unfortunately, a lot of people, especially migrant workers, out of work. And the thing is, if they do digital currency, they can just like issue a whole bunch of digital currency to the digital wallet in the cell phone. And basically in China right now, you can basically you have to use your cell phone to make payment. You have WeChat Pay, Alipay. So almost 100% is like digital anyway. And right now, if they want to implement this digital currency, is even more easy because people are already get used to it. And basically, they don't use cash. If you go to a taxi, they need you to have some type of payment, Alipay or WeChat Pay. Even though you buy a bottle of water on the street, they have the facility. They have the machine. You can just use your cell phone to make the payment. So the thing is, here it looks like they're going to control them. And for example, the banks, the government, the government or some type of big business, they may issue some type of digital yuan to their digital wallet. This is how they make their pay their salary, right? Maybe they already pilot. Actually, they already pilot in some city already. So they pilot in in the surrounding city. This is the biggest city in Shenzhen, Suzhou, Qingdao, and Xiong'an. I don't know where is this. It's a satellite city in of Beijing. So they're already doing pilot program right now. So it's not fully implemented everywhere in the rest of the China, but in China, when they want to roll out something, they can do it very fast, right? A lot of country takes years. For China, they take months. And just I remember the Shanghai Gigafactory for Tesla, it takes them how many months to build the factory? It's not like years, it's like months to build the factory. So if they want to implement these things, they can do it really, really fast in China. And the thing is, so they want to control inflation, and they also can control the outflow of capital with the digital money, right? And another thing is if they have like shortage in certain for example they have shortage in pork, then they will just issue the digital money saying that this part of the digital money you can only buy fish or buy beef or buy some other chicken or stuff like that. And that basically control the buying habit, right? And because also the demand for certain products, if they have high demand on certain products, they will just make it not available to buy that to buy certain products. This is how they control it. And also if the banks go bankruptcy or whatever, they will just maybe issue some type of this funny digital money to the regular people, and to compensate them or whatever. That could happen. You never know. So another thing is the inflation as well. So maybe they will limit like how much money they can spend, or those digital money have some type of expiration, just like a coupon, right? Once you pass certain date, you cannot use those digital money anymore. So anything could happen. They can implement a whole bunch of stuff electronically, and it's up to them how they want to play the game, because they are the Chinese Communist Party, right? So they are the boss, and they want to be maintain control and total control, total power. As long as they maintain their power, they whatever it takes to control the 1.4 billion population, whatever it takes, they will do whatever it takes. So because they are dealing with a whole bunch of like totalitarian authoritarian regime anyway. So and of course capital outflow is easy, right? Capital outflow is basically they send you a whole bunch of worthless digital money, then you cannot even transfer overseas. Basically you can only use it locally, so you're stuck. So this thing probably affect a lot of rich people and also the corrupted officials. So and another thing is renminbi, those Chinese currency is not an international currency. You cannot transfer, you cannot like exchange renminbi directly to US dollar. So the only way they can do it is through Hong Kong. So they will exchange the Hong Kong dollar, and then Hong Kong dollar will be exchanged to the US dollar. And that's how the money coming out of China. So those are the outflow for capital. So so another thing is because of a lot of foreign companies are leaving China, are leaving them, so they will have a hard time to earning foreign currency. So right now they want to preserve the foreign currency and everything. They don't want all this outflow. So they will just like, for example, the factory earn US dollar or earn a foreign currency after selling goods to the Western world, or earning euros. They give their employee the funny digital money, and so then they can keep the US or euros or US currency, right? And then they can then the government will take over. A lot of enterprise already take over by the government. Basically, Alibaba, Tencent, those are basically behind the scenes, like controlled by the Chinese Communist Party anyway. So, but I don't want to say too much, because maybe YouTube is going to ban me because if I say that, right? But I already say it. So the reason why I say that is because those rich people, they're going to, before these things fully implement, they're going to transfer the money out of China. So to transfer it efficiently and transfer huge amount of money, they probably will use Bitcoin and also Ethereum possible Tether, also Ripple as well. So maybe Bcash or Bitcoin Cash as well. So whatever it takes for those corrupt officials or rich people in China, they are going to use some type of cryptocurrency to transfer the money out of China. So I expect Bitcoin price is going to rise in the next I think from now on to the end of this year. So but then of course there will be demand on it. But I'm not going to say it's going to pump like to the moon in 1 day or 2 days. I'm not saying that, but there will be demand for Bitcoin because of the Chinese implement this funny digital currency, and they're talking about this is on the blockchain. This is not on the blockchain yet. I mean, this is not on the blockchain yet. It's not there yet. So and the company behind doing this blockchain thing is, in case you're interested, is called Red Date. This is a technology company. If you're interested, so let me know what you think about this. So I would suspect the price of Bitcoin will have some type of support. Of course, there will be pump and dump. It's up to the whale. But then there's also a demand for that because of this reason. And also, there's a lot of uncertainty, geopolitical pressure. For example, Argentina is defaulting the loan. A lot of people already go to Argentina, already switch their currency to Bitcoin as well. So there's a lot of demand for that as well. But China, with 1.4 billion population, and they have so much money, they may have an impact to the price of Bitcoin. So this is my take on it. And the next stop, we're going to talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum, this 2.0 is going to roll out in a few months. And right now, the scaling solution and the gas-free transactions have already arrived, which is good because DeFi, decentralized finance, is important because those are the big thing for the Ethereum blockchain. So that will allow more mainstream adoptions because with the free transactions, more people using it, and then with more people using the blockchain, this will increase the network effect for Ethereum. So I'm pretty bullish on Ethereum in the long term because of the DeFi project. So let me know what you think about this digital yuan. Do you think this is just another type of control for the 1.4 billion Chinese population, basically? Because but you can argue that some other part of the world, even in the Eurozone, they probably want to have some type of digital currency. But the thing is, in China, they can do whatever they want, basically. So once they do it electronically like this, and they can just program the way that how you spend it and when do you spend it and stuff like that. They probably can control you. So that's the scary part. I mean, I know the Western world, I mean, in Eurozone, in US, they want to create some type of digital Fed dollar, right? Federal Reserve dollar, whatever. But the thing is, I mean, at least in the Western world, they are a little bit liberal than in China. Although some people say that those are fake democracy or something like that, but I mean, at least they won't do something crazy just in China, right? But anyway, let me know what you think about all this. I would love to hear from you, and let me know what you think about Ethereum, the DeFi decentralized finance project. And right now, there's no gas fee, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, if you find this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, also share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out the upcoming videos that could be time sensitive. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, and Patreon as well. And this, by the way, this video is a pre-recording, so I'll probably upload someday, sometime. Crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency, commodity, and stock market can have inherent risk. Please use your due diligence.